Hi everybody, Lori Joy here, owner of the Mama Mojo Movement, and I'm here today to share with you my top 3 tips on really how to get what you want in your life. I put up a post today on the very Facebook page that I am on about how I wanted to smother my husband in his sleep with his pillow. And if any moms have ever felt that way about their partners, we're having a kumbaya moment then today. So what I wanted to really talk to you about is, even though all joking aside, I did want to smother my husband in his sleep, actually a couple of times. But the first story I told you was about when I was going in to give birth to our son. And yeah, Shauna says she has so been there. Giving birth to our son, and he mistimed my contractions because he had a running streak happening. Another time was when I was training for a bikini competition and we were in New York City. And I was like eating nothing but clean food. And there was a man on the sidewalk and he was giving out bags of Doritos. Now, of course, this would be weird anywhere else except for New York City. So my husband decided to take a bag of the Dorito nachos and carry around with him all night and bring them back to the hotel. And that's when I was like, and then he was going to go open them. Now, keep in mind, for 4 months, at that point, I had not eaten anything like a Dorito. And all of a sudden, I was like, are you going to open that bag? And he was like, yeah, like what? Why? I said, open the bag of Doritos. And then tonight, when I smother you in your sleep, don't be surprised. And then I said, I'm going to sit on your body and eat all of the Doritos. Okay, so it is crazy about how we feel about sometimes our partners. And if you are a single mama, I give you a shout out. I give you a hell yeah. I give you an amen, sister, because really sometimes I don't know how you manage and do it all as a single mama. So mad love to you. But what I talk about really is, are you getting exactly what you want? And I joke about my husband about smothering him in his sleep, but out of your relationships and out of your life. And if you're not, my question to you tonight, from one mama to the other, is why not? Why are you not getting exactly what you want out of your life? Now, early on in my personal development journey, I saw, and I had known about him for a long time, but I actually got to see Jack Canfield in person. And I had already read his Success Principles book. It's like, I'm going to get it for you. It's like my Bible. Like, look at here. It's all tagged and read and like printed. And I'm on my I think I'm on my 3rd reading of this particular book. I love it. And so what happens is I read it, and the very first lesson he has in that book is take 100% responsibility for your life. And he really starts the book out with some tough love. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get my back up on Jack because I'm loving him. But what he really got me thinking, why don't I have exactly what I want in my life? And you know what he says for us? You know what his answer is because of every decision that we have ever made up until this point in our life has led us to this point. It has led us to this point in our life. So if you complain about the husband and you complain about the kids and you complain about the job and you complain about these things, he said you need to stop and think about why it is that we have what we have. Why do you have a job that you're complaining about? You made the decision to apply for the thing. You made the decision to take the damn thing. And then you make the decision to stay in that job. And he says, if you're complaining about your kids, as much as we try, right? I have a 6-year-old, so as much as we try to, raise them and do all kinds of great things with them, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining about your mate? Another thing he says about complaining is we're complaining to the wrong people. So I may be upset with my husband, but I'll go complain to my mom. He's like, you need to stop complaining to the other person and tell the person who you're upset with why it is you're upset. And that's why I kind of left in this particular post. I said some of the rules that I kind of abide by in my marriage that makes things copacetic, so that I'm not trying to smother him every night in his sleep, right? And so one of my biggest and most favorite lines is, I did not get married to ask permission. I did things and went places and hung out with people and talked to people and experienced things long before my husband came into my life. And I will continue to do that. Now, we work on a mutual respect basis. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm going out and saying, I'm leaving tomorrow for Tahiti for a week, catch ya. That's not what's happening. But what's happening is that if I want to go somewhere, or if I want to go to an event, or if I want to go for the weekend to be with my girlfriends, then I do it. Same thing with him, though. It's not just me. Same thing with him. He continues to do and go where he wants as well. Second thing, I encourage my husband to go out with his friends. Now, my husband doesn't go out every night. I have a girlfriend whose husband is out 4 or 5 times a week doing baseball, poker, whatever the hell else it is. There has to be some balance. Somebody's got to be home with the kids, right? So you find that and you work your way through that. So I encourage him to go out with his friends, because the time will come when I will want to go out with mine, and I will do that. Again, not in the marriage to ask permission. You are two consenting, respected adults. We need to treat each other like that. And another thing is balance. There is balance in my home. Now, let me tell you that when I come from I come from a family that does not come from balance. Okay, so tell me who else comes from this type of family. So my family would get together, all the women would come and they would cook and prepare or bring meals or bring dishes, and they would get everything ready and do all of that. And then all of a sudden they would say, okay, to the men, come and eat. All the men would get up from their seats. They would get served first. They would come and get all of their food. The women who cooked the damn meal would wait until last. They would wait until they were done. And then the men would come up, bring their dishes to, if we were lucky, to the kitchen. And then the women cleaned everything up. This is the home. This is the life from which I came. And if you are any age around me, I'm 44, I'm sure that we come from the same thing. The women make and the women clean and the women do everything. My grandfather never lifted a finger. He never made a meal. He never did a load of laundry. He never did anything. My grandmother did it all. My mom, same thing. My dad, a little bit better. He'll do some things, but my mom does the majority of the stuff. This does not happen in my home. There is balance. I refuse to cook all the meals. It just doesn't happen. I refuse to do all the housework. It doesn't happen. And so when all of a sudden, Shelby says, yeah, her too. So all of a sudden, when everybody comes together and you're trying to think about balance in your home, just because if you're a stay-at-home mom, it does not mean that all of the responsibilities of the home have to fall on you. If you're a full-time working mom, all of the responsibilities need to be split. Again, what are we showing our children? This is the whole premise for this, right? The whole premise is that I want my son to see that he can load the washer, that he can put in a load of laundry, that he can make a meal, and everybody is a contributing member to the family. So when you